What if Jacob imprinted on Bree Tanner in Eclipse? A couple people brought this up and asked me for my thoughts on it. I'm gonna be so real and tell you I don't like it at all, and I will explain why, but I think I understand the logic behind this. So I'm assuming the idea is Jacob imprints on Bree, and then that in one way or another means the Volturi do not 86 her, which is what a lot of people want. And then this perhaps brings about a better version of like the final Volturi confrontation in Breaking Dawn, and that's how the wolves like team up with the vampires and oppose the Volturi? Or does that just not happen in this scenario? Do they like run off together? Do they never find Bree? Like, does the demon baby plot still happen, or does the Bree Tanner thing replace that? Because in that case, would it be better than the Wattpad pregnancy AU that is Breaking Dawn and Jacob imprinting on Raisin Bread? Yes, of course. But I still don't like it. And here's the thing. I find Bree's whole story to be very tragic, and I didn't want the Volturi to unalive her either, but I think the whole book and the whole Bree plot in general is pretty irrelevant to the original saga. Although I do understand why people enjoyed it, I don't think Stephanie was ever going to have Bree join the Cullens, because that would take away from Bella's spotlight and her thunder being like the newest vampire and the newest member. And as is, it makes Vampire Bella and her no consequences gets to keep everything super self-control newborn stage even more ridiculous and pointless, because Bree Tanner again was supposed to be yet another demonstration of the struggles of being a newborn and the consequences and the challenges, and then Bella gets none of them, so it's pointless. And to be clear, I do get why people wanted better for Bree, and they also wanted Jacob to have a better resolution than imprinting on Bellward's weird demon kid, but Jacob imprinting on any rando is still not a satisfying or good resolution for him, in my opinion, because he specifically didn't want that, and I don't like this idea of Jacob losing his autonomy and imprinting to save yet another plot. And it would admittedly be better than the Ravensburger plot, yes, but slapping Jacob with any random person just feels cheap and disrespectful after all this. And I don't want Jacob with a vampire. I think the idea of these wolves imprinting on vampires is just so contradictory to their lore and doesn't make sense, and especially Jacob, like, he doesn't want that phasing forever and being with a vampire. No. And like you said also, because the argument is he was never going to end up with Bella, well, I would have just made Jacob the main love interest, and that's the truth. But if it's gonna be Edward, in order for the whole life versus death narrative to work, Bella has to lose Jacob, and he has to live that life without her, and he deserves to make choices about it and feel things and not just be slapped with someone for plot convenience.